What's up, travel lover? Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I'm going to talk to you about 4 ways that you can save almost $1,400 by making simple deposit every single week. Are you ready? Let's get started. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, let me introduce myself. I'm Amy Stark, also known as a traveling broad. My mission is to help aspiring travelers like yourself travel more in 2020 and beyond by providing travel tips and tricks that'll save you time, money, and frustration. If you're excited about traveling more moving forward, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified every time I have a new video. I've got some great stuff coming up. Okay. A while back, I ran into something online called the 52-week savings challenge. And I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to introduce that to you in case you hadn't seen it. If you want to travel, you need money, right? And if you don't have money, you're not going to be going very far. I want to help you realize your travel dreams. So let's get into the 52-week travel savings challenge. There are 4 variations. Hopefully you'll find one that's right for you. Option 1 is the basic option. The basic option, you make 1 deposit each week for 52 weeks, and the deposit amounts correspond to the week number. So for week 1, you deposit $1, week 2, you deposit $2, and so on and so forth, all the way through week 52, where you would deposit $52. Now, after 52 weeks, you will end up with $1,378 in your account, plus interest if you opened an interest-bearing bank account. And that's quite a nice chunk of change, right? You can pay for a nice vacation or several long weekends, whatever you decide. And the basic option may be for you if you are motivated to save for travel, but you want to start slowly to get into the habit of saving money. On to option 2, the basic option in reverse. So you still make 1 deposit each week, and the deposit amount still corresponds to the week number. However, with this method, since you're going in reverse, instead of counting up from week 1 to 52, you are counting down from week 52 to week 1. That is where the in reverse comes in. A pro of option 2 is your travel savings grows faster since you're making the largest deposits first. So if you do a side-by-side comparison, which we have here, option 1, after 3 weeks worth of deposit, since you're starting with small amounts, you only end up with $6 after 3 weeks. However, with option 2, the basic option in reverse, you're making the large deposits first, so after 3 weeks worth of deposits, you have $153. Now that's a big difference. That's $147 more than you would have if you used option 1. And that can be very motivating as you see the amount in your account growing pretty quickly. Now, one of the cons of option 2 is it may be more difficult to consistently come up with those larger amounts. Just like with option 1, at the end of 52 weeks, you will have $1,378 in your account, less interest if you have an interest-bearing bank account. Now, is option 2 for you? Well, it may be. Do you want to get the largest deposit amounts out of the way first? Moving on to option 3, the basic option, but with a twist. Just like the previous 2 options, with option 3, you make 1 deposit each week and the amount corresponds to the week number. Now here's the twist. With this option, you choose the amount you deposit each week based on how much money you have available to you. So say one week you have 20 bucks, you cross off week 20. Following week you're kind of short on cash, so you only deposit $3. So you would cross off week 3's deposit. And the following week you have $13, so you put in $13. It gives you some flexibility based on the amount of money you have. And you continue making the deposits by choosing from whatever amounts are still available, without repeating any of the amounts until you made a deposit for every amount on the list for all 52 weeks of the year. Now, a tip if you want to choose this option, since you're the one that decides how much you're going to deposit each week, try to go for larger amounts versus smaller amounts as often as you can. It's real easy to find $1 or $5, but it's a little more difficult to come up with the larger amounts. So when you do have the larger amounts, try to make those deposits first, because you want to make sure that you are successful and you reach your savings goal at the end of the 52 weeks. Just like with the previous 2 options, after 52 weeks you'll end up with $1,378. The basic option with a twist may be the savings option for you if you really don't like structure, but you do enjoy games, because I think this option is kind of like a gamified version of the savings option, and here's why. The basic option with a twist kind of reminds me of playing Yahtzee, where you get to choose where on your scorecard you put the total number you come up with the roll of the dice. If you like games, I think option 3 may be the one for you. Now, last but not least, we have option 4, the simplest option. For this option, you divide the amount that you want to save by the number of weeks to get your total deposit. So for our example, we're using 52 weeks. And we're using $1,378, and that amounts to $26.50. That is the amount you deposit every week. And since the amount is the same every single week, you can set up an automatic deposit or a transfer between accounts with your financial institution. And once you get that set up, you set it and forget it, and it's done automatically for you. That is what makes it the simplest option. Now, this option may be for you if you really prefer simplicity and you want something that requires very little effort on your part. If that sounds like you, then the simplest option is the one for you. Did you find one of the 4 that really stood out to you? Share in the comments below the video and let me know what you found appealing about the option that you chose. I just want to make a few comments about the dollar amounts for these 4 options are guides. You can obviously always add more money if you come into some money, which would be awesome. I really want you to be successful, and I want you to have the money to go and visit the places and experience everything that you want to experience at the destinations you're interested in. If you have any other creative ways that you save money, please share in the comments below. I know I'd be interested in learning about them, as would the other viewers of this video. So please don't keep them to yourself. As always, wishing you awesome travels. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.